Let's talk about something everyone avoids but absolutely shouldn't, your will. Because here's the truth: the will you wrote 20 years ago, the handwritten will in the kitchen drawer, or the my kids already know what I want plan, none of that holds up the way you think it does. I'm Annette with Downsizing in Bay of Quinte and Exit Realty. If you or someone you know is looking to move, I'd love to be the realtor of choice. So, most people think wills are simple. Write it down, who gets what, and it's done. But that's the version we wish existed, not the legal version we actually live with in Ontario. So, today I want to break it down clearly because this is where families fall apart during downsizing. There are three types of wills in Canada, and they are not equal. The first one is lawyer drafted will. This is the gold standard. It's clear, valid, hard to dispute. It meets all legal requirements and makes life infinitely easier for your executor. And then we have witnessed wills, but they are not handwritten, they're just witnessed. And it's a will you typed or wrote and had two witnesses sign. It sounds simple, but the mistakes people make here could fill a book. The common issues seen are beneficiaries acting as witnesses, which voids their gifts. We have missing signatures, we have wrong dates or no dates. We have pages that are not initial. We have revocation, no revocation clauses, and no clarity on who gets what. A witnessed will is valid, but only when done 100% correctly. And here I want to take the time and opportunity and talk about the revocation clause because it's important. Revocation clause is like this tiny sentence in your will that is actually a big deal. It says, I revoke all previous wills. And that means your new will cancels every older will you've ever written, including handwritten ones, stuffed in drawer ones, old versions you barely remember, or drafts you never finished. If that clause is missing, especially in handwritten wills, you can accidentally end up with multiple wills in play. And trust me, nothing causes family stress faster than your executor trying to figure out which version you really intended. A proper lawyer drafted will includes a revocation clause automatically, which is one of the reasons I always recommend getting it done professionally. And then, of course, we have the holograph will, which is handwritten with no witnesses. And yes, handwritten wills are legal in Ontario, and yes, they create some of the biggest estate disasters I have ever seen. Holograph wills are valid only if written entirely by hand, entirely, signed by the testator, clearly intended to be a will, but the problems are enormous. They are often vague, they can be misrepresented, they're easily to contest, they often leave out major details, and executors have to fight to prove the validity of these wills. They cause delays, legal fees, and family conflict. A handwritten will should never be used as your long-term estate plan. They do save you a little bit of money at the get-go, but based on what I've seen, they are not worth the hassle that they can create after the executors need to fulfill their duties. I also get asked a lot, when should one update a will? And I believe that a will should be updated twice. It should be updated before you downsize, and the purpose of that is to clarify who gets what your sentimental items are, executor information, overall instructions, and your general wishes. And this is before decluttering, selling, or donating, so everyone understands your intentions. And then after downsizing, Once your belongings are gone, you must update your will again. Otherwise, you risk ademption when a gift disappears because the item no longer exists. Ademption leads to heartbreak, confusion, and a lot of times legal messes. Updating after downsizing makes sure your will matches your reality. Ademption means that you leave something to someone in your will, but then you downsize and the item is either sold or donated, so legally it disappears completely, and the beneficiary gets nothing, even if the intention was heartfelt. This is why you need the second update to avoid ademption. So it's important to update your will again after downsizing, and this is the part no one talks about. The second update cleans everything up so your will matches your reality, and your lawyer will remove items you no longer own, clarify updated sentimental gifts, update your property information, revise your asset lists, adjust beneficiary details, and ensure instructions match your new lifestyle. And this update prevents surprises and protects your family emotionally and legally. Now, let's talk very briefly about power of attorney, the real MVP during a move. I'm just gonna touch briefly because I plan on making another video talk that talks explicitly about power of attorney. But power of attorney isn't just for aging or illness. During downsizing, your power of attorney may need to sign real estate paperwork, approve repairs or contractor work, pay movers, deposits or transitional bills, access bank accounts, and deal with lawyers, banks, and insurance companies. So if there is no valid power of attorney and something happens during the move, your family may need guardianship, a long, stressful, and very expensive court process. So this is why your power of attorney must be current before anything begins. So a lot of times when I meet with seniors and their families looking to downsize or settle an estate, we prepare them with making recommendations and asking questions if they have updated wills, the first version, and then updated power of attorneys. Then we ask if the executor is confirmed. We work on the sentimental items list if none exists. And then we go over the downsizing process. And then we talk about the second will update after the move and one organized folder containing everything important. So the executor doesn't have to search for papers, in different drawers and locations all over the place when they need it. This double update system protects you and your family. Follow me here for more tips because, as you know, stress free downsizing starts here with me and my team. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask.